Live. This is Dr. Norbert coming to you directly from London, streaming the quarterfinals of Season X of the MCP TTS League. And with me is my usual co-host. Great to see you back again, the Huggy Bear. Hello, Huggy.
Good day, Norbert, because it is indeed day.
Yes, it's very bright. As you can see, my eyes are squinting, but everybody can see me in full glory. They can see you in full glory because we are streaming this at 1 p.m. London time. That's 2 p.m. for Sweden, 8 a.m. for the East Coast people. And that's because we have a competitor from Quebec in the match today, Bobbette. Bobbette will be playing a combination of Wakanda and Asgard. And he's playing against Joemanji, my friend Joe from the UK, who is a X-Men / Brotherhood player, and the last European possibility for the finals. If he loses here, there will be no more Europeans. Now, the boys are eager to get going, so I'm going to fill everybody in straight away. Looks like Joemanji won priority and took secures, and so Bobbette chose 18 threat. Let us go straight to it and see what they all took. So Bobbette's in red, and it looks like he took Angela, Winter Soldier, who's this? Okoye, Killmonger, and Black Panther. So he went Wakanda, usurp the throne, fall. Oh, so that must mean, yeah, sorry. Usurp the throne, fall back, brace for impact, patch up, and Wakanda forever. Any surprises there?
Very excited to seeing Wakanda here. I would have been excited to see Asgard as well, to be fair, because those are two affiliations that have had their glory days, but nowadays you don't see them that often. But it's great to see that they can still compete at this level.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to this because Bobbette went 6-0 in the regular season. I'm assuming it's he. I'm sorry. They also got the only bye in the play-in round for the round of 32 because of their 6-0 record and also having the highest strength of schedule within their bracket. So looking forward to seeing what they're doing with some old school factions. Meanwhile, Joemanji, who's been tearing it up in the UK scene locally, in live play, I mean, he's taken Storm, Beast, Logan, Wolverine, Rogue, and who's this? Rhino. Love it. This is a robbery, exceptional healing, sacrifice, fall back, and brace for impact.
Very classic X-Men team. The only sort of unique piece here is Rhino, I guess, which I'm not sure I've seen that much in X-Men in particular, but more commonly you would see Mystique on this particular crisis, but will be very interesting to see what sort of opening plays Joemanji has planned out, because X-Men are all about those opening plays.
Yeah, exciting. We have today's map is from Pat. He's the Cosmic Cargo, really good map. I like this one. And we have Fear Grips as one of the is the extract, and Riot Sparks for the secure. So very common crises right now. And so Joemanji won Prio, right, and Chook secure. So he's denying. No, he is the X-Men player, so he's picking the one that he would like.
Right.
All right. Cool. All right, let's turn this
around. So Joemanji did win Prio and did not pick his secures.
No, he did. He said, Joemanji said, I won Prio and chose secures.
All right.
So you're surprised by him having that?
Yes, because I was under the impression that he had pay to flips. No, he has 2 pay to flips and Riot Sparks. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm used to seeing X-Men rosters with only pay to flips as their secures, because X-Men are really good at pay to flips.
I'm getting over a cold, everybody. So con crud from Adepticon, sadly. But so my throat and coughing and stuff like that, I'm going to try to minimize it as best I can through drinking this lovely Guinness here. So hopefully that'll help. I've had some tea. That didn't really help too much, so I'm going to go cold instead, see if that helps. Or maybe I just want a Guinness. You decide.
I think you need a lot of it.
So the interesting thing about these two crises are they're D-shaped both. So you're not going to see this secures for the moment because they're covered up by the hammers. The hammers are going to be at the top here, just behind this cargo crate. There's one here at the bottom. There's one on your left and one on your right. Size 4 hauler right there in the middle. Good old Pat loves his size 4. There's 2 of them this time. He's feeling very generous. Size 3.
Yeah, this is a classic map that's been around for a ton of seasons by now, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Updated for the latest rules, of course, but still valid.
Quality that lasts.
He's got size 3s here at the top, size 2s here at the bottom, and there's a size 2, a couple size 1s, size 2, size 2. So quite a bit of terrain. Size 2s and 1s sort of on the edges, and then size 3s, a lot of 3s here on the top, and size 4s right down the middle. Now that means Bobbette chose the table edge. Not sure how important that was for him or not. I mean, he apparently gave himself the hauler hide. Well, that makes sense. He's putting a hauler there that's just in front of the extract. So maybe he's trying to hide himself there.
Yeah, maybe. Thing of note is that both players have characters that can throw size 4s.
Aha.
We got Angela on Bobbette's side, and we got both Rhino and Rogue on Joemanji's side.
Vodka Blitz is in the chat. Vodka is one of the Montreal Shark Tank guys. And he said he likes Joe's squad for this, actually. And Vodka Blitz, how well do you know Bobbette? Is he or she coming out? Because they're in Quebec. Not terribly close, but close enough, perhaps, to be able to play on a regular basis. Be good to know. Utility Cookie in the house. Hello, Cookie. And Use Bio. Yeah. We got everybody's got time. Cheers.
They're playing really fast here.
Mm-hmm.
Bobbette was starting his activation even before Rogue has made her second move.
That's because this is a matinee game, and they have dinner reservations just after this.
All right.
Yeah. First time chatter, Sigrum's got a Bobbette fan. Maybe they're from the Quebec area. You can tell us a bit about what the local meta is like in Quebec compared to Montreal.
Yeah. Who are you guys rooting for? Let us know in the chat.
Yeah. All right, cool. So this was, gosh, are there anybody else deployed? Because I can't even see the characters. Gosh. So Angela's here in the middle.
Was allowed to make a very classic move here, moving up and retreating. So setting things up for a quite likely 2-2 score after round 1 here.
So really quickly, it seems like Bobbette set up Killmonger on the hard right flank, Okoye also to the right, Black Panther and Winter Soldier in the middle. I think Angela must have been a little bit to the left because she ran over to grab the hammer and then used her second move to go back towards the middle right on top of that hauler.
Looks like his strategy is entirely about that refused right flank there.
Yeah.
All of his characters are now, given the retreat of Angela with the hammer, all of his characters are now on the right side, threatening that northern extremist console from our point of view. So I expect him to go in hard for taking that secure point this round to keep the score 2-2, because not going down in points versus X-Men on the first round is not bad, because they are very, very good at opening, like we mentioned, and even falling behind 1 or even 2 points can sometimes be acceptable, given how bad things can get when they have the proper tools and the crises and terrain favor their hop moves and to me my X-Men plays and threatening deception and what have you.
Joe deployed Beast way on the top left flank. Rogue was nearby on the left flank. Storm was sort of in the middle, and he had Rhino on the right along with Logan. Now, what he's done is he's moved. He had priority, so he's moved Rogue up just behind this size 3 crate here. So Angela must have moved after that, and now I think it's Joe going again. Oh yeah, sorry, beg your pardon. He moved Storm. He's moved Storm right up against that extremist console, so she's backing up behind that size 4 hauler and securing that point there. Whereas Rogue has picked up the hammer I'm going to guess it was, yeah, sure enough, it was the hammer that was on the top here. So Rogue's got a hammer, Angela's got a hammer. The Storm's got a hammer as well. And yep, sure enough, Joe's moved up Winter Soldier and picked up a hammer.
So Joe's only character that can reach the Northern Secure is currently Beast. He can, however, do a bit of a gamble and move up once, then attack a character standing on it, possibly hitting a wild, and then generating a power to throw that character off. So it makes it slightly more complicated for Bobbette on considering how to secure that VP at the top there. Ooh.
Right.
Looks like it's considering a surprise left move with Black Panther, but I'm not sure if he is standing close enough to the middle to reach that left point. He might be, but I'm not sure.
Right.
Looks tight.
So Logan, to catch people up, Logan has moved to the bottom point to secure it. He's all by his lonesome, which is a great place for him to be because when he's by himself, he gets those extra rerolls, which are fantastic. I love playing Logan. I've been playing him a lot. He's fantastic. And
position himself within the diamond, so to speak.
Yes.
The diamond of, so that he can more easily reach and attack a character standing next to another secure next round.
I've been informed that Bobbette is actually from the Montreal area. He plays in their local game store. I was saying he was from Quebec because I thought I saw that on his Longshanks profile. That's where I would look to see where these folks were from. Big Ron's in the house. Big Ron and Liam, both Northerners here to cheer on their local, Joe. Good to have everybody. And so game is flashing by, but it seems like, a nice play from Bobbette to be able to pull that hammer from the bottom where nobody else was going and then bringing herself back into the fray. Really interesting. And I'd be tempted to just leave that bottom point alone and just, like you were saying, refuse it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, forcing Joemanji to keep one of his expensive characters next to it. And then putting his own Bobbette putting his own characters to work on the Northern Secure.
Right. There's Peter. Mid-table security is in the chat. Peter and I met in person for the first time at Adepticon. He's come over from England, as I did. He had significantly worse travel difficulties than I did. He canceled delays flights. It's terrible. But he made it and had a great time, so we hung out there quite a bit. All right. So it looks like I'm trying to understand why Joe is going another time. Because it passes possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No.
3. No. So why?
But I think he just activated either Winter Soldier or Okoye and put it next to the his home secure.
Oh yes, there she is.
So it was a very very quick activation.
Yeah, Okoye moved up into the center to bodyguard Winter Guard and also I presume secure that point. Let's take a look if we can. No, doesn't seem like she's securing it either. That's a little interesting as well. Yes, Pat Dunford was indeed knocked out last night. Or yesterday sometime.
By Spider Foes.
By Spider Foes, yeah. And
how cool is that?
I think he got tabled too because the score was 11-3 against him, but not enough so that unless they ran out of time somehow. But I find that harder to believe.
I would have liked to watch that game.
Yeah, seriously, it didn't get streamed sadly. All right, Black Panther is deciding to go for the top point, so it looks like he's going to secure that top one. So he's not going to go and bother with the bottom one.
Yeah. Now will be interesting to see how Beast will respond to this. He could either double move, forcing Killmonger to double move to it, or he could do the gambling play. I don't really see what he has to lose by doing it. He one move forward, attack Black Panther, fish for the wild, get placed within one of Black Panther on the objective. Either roll a skull or do 1 damage to generate the 1 power needed in order to throw Panther off, and thus making it so that it's only possible for Bobbette to tie for points on that Northern Secure, giving Joemanji a 4-3 lead this round 1, which could be important because that turns Bobbette into the beatdown. But looks like he's got something else planned here.
So Big Ron's informed me that Pat did indeed get tabled. Looks like Malekith happened and killed Thanos in round 3. And this is despite Pat throwing the Recalibration Matrix card down, which was clutch for him at the Adepticon's final match. I mean, it completely changed the game in his favor. This time it didn't work. And so apparently that was enough to crush him altogether.
He'd used up all of his karma.
Yeah.
An Adepticon.
Yeah, you get to win 1 big event, says the dice gods. Not 2. Get out of here, Pat. All right, so then Killmonger... Beast has moved up to the center, sort of center, but not contesting. Killmonger, though, has moved to the center also to contest.
Interesting. This, given the fact that Beast decided not to go for the Northern Secure and contest it, that freed up Killmonger so that he could move more to the middle of the table and be more flexible for upcoming rounds in which direction he wants to be going with his and using his very powerful output.
So what do you think of this first round in terms of how they've placed themselves?
Very tactical, very cagey. I must say this is the kind of MCP I like. The first round is more about positioning. It's about grabbing that small lead if you can. But as we see, and as we predicted, we have a 4-4 situation, and now we'll follow a round where the order of activations and the choices the players make will have all the impact, and I'm very excited to see what they decide.
Yeah, team maps always perplex me, and so it seems like the gentlemen here are focusing on the middle, so to speak, even though there isn't like an E shape here. They're focusing on the middle. The flank on the bottom here has 2 of Joemanji's characters, Logan and Rhino, quite expensive, 8 points down there. Black Panther's holding the top. Rogue is sort of at the top, but also these are 2 4-point characters up there. Interesting. I'd love to see what's happening.
At this point of the game, I would give Bobbette actually a slight advantage, but that is mainly because he does not have priority here. So he has the last activation every round, which is can be key for swinging that final VP in your own favor.
Why don't you remind the people at home what Wakanda affiliation does, since many of them probably haven't seen them lately?
Well, the Wakanda leadership is a very good leadership. It is that when you roll an attack, defense, or a dodge roll, you can spend 1 power to re-roll 1 of the dice during the modified dice step. This is a very powerful leadership, although it might look a bit lackluster at first glance. But one of the big USPs of the Wakanda affiliation is, in fact, the Wakanda Forever tactics card, which allows for Wakanda affiliated characters on the board. That means currently Black Panther, Killmonger, or Okoye. Shuri is not on the board today. They can pay 1 power in order to immediately make 1 attack with a cost of 0 power.
Yeah, amazing.
Yes, extremely powerful card. Extremely useful. Can be utilized in a plethora of ways. So it will be very interesting to see when Bobbette chooses to pop it. A rule of thumb among Wakanda players that I've heard, at least, is that you want to use it in a situation where it technically gives you 2 VPs.
Right, cool. A couple other points about Wakanda people should know. Black Panther has an attack that pushes people automatically. I think.
Yep, Black Panther is obviously the staple. He's the leader, and a lot of the Wakanda affiliation is about putting him to good use. He's very fast, he's very tanky, and he has an output that is not to be sneezed at. His only Achilles heel is mystic attacks, but we don't see any of those on the table at the moment.
So this is Winter Soldier moving up around that hauler, doing an attack. He got 3 hits, and it looks like Beast saved 1. If that's the final roll, because there's a crit involved.
Yeah, he saved 2 because of the X-Men leadership.
Oh, right, because X-Men leadership gives them cover.
Indeed, which is the bane of Bucky.
Yeah, that's a good point. Is it actually cover or their own version of cover? Like, it can't stack, correct?
It can't stack. It's normal cover, and it doesn't work within 2 of an opponent.
Okay, Bucky got the trigger for his rapid fire, so he's rolling again. Bucky rolling 5 dice because of his hammer. Fantastic hit. 4 hits, including a crit.
Oof.
And then 1 save, or 2 if you can count the cover.
But this is the strength of Winter Soldier, because rolling range 5 rapid fire means that he's putting out a ton of attacks each game. And sooner or later, you're bound to spike one of those. And that's when you profit from... that's where his output comes from. Sooner or later, you're gonna spike. That was a spike, and a
bleed,
and a bleed. Yeah.
So let's see what damage it is. He rolled a second save.
Yeah, Beast has his reroll superpower, defensive rerolls.
Yeah.
I failed to remember the name of it. Is it something yet provocative?
Yes. And now, Winter Soldier places himself within 2.
Yep, Hydra Tactics,
because he was using
Stars and Garters. That's it.
Stars and Garters. Thank you, Big Ron. That movement within 2 is because he's able to leapfrog off of Okoye. So that's why Okoye was in that very key clutch position. This is high-level play, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need. I am not very good at pre-positioning. That's why I probably will never play X-Men. X-Men need that pre-positioning for their affiliation hop. And here, in this case, you needed it, Bobbette needed it to be able to have Winter Soldier be super safe now.
The Hydra Tactics is actually a really key superpower when it comes to D-secures, because the secure points are far enough apart that without... in general, you cannot reach... you cannot stand on one point and attack a character standing on another point, even with a range 5 attack, unless... You can during most circumstances, but certain circumstances, but mostly you can't. But Hydra Tactics allow for Winter Soldier to move within range 5, make attacks, and then Hydra Tactics back, or the other way around. Hydra Tactics forward, make attacks, and then walk back. And that's what we saw here, and that's why he is a... that's why I assume that Bobbette chose to go with him rather than Shuri at this in his Wakanda team.
You mean Okoye?
He chose to have Winter Soldier on his team rather than Okoye, rather than Shuri, who is usually a staple, just like Black Panther in Wakanda teams.
So I see a tick mark on Storm. I'm wondering if Joe just went ahead and ticked her, since she's safe back there and not going to contribute otherwise.
Effectively a pass.
Yeah. Effectively a pass is right. So it's back to Bobbette. The other awful thing about Winter Soldier is if he does his big spender, which is really great at physical attack, it also then triggers a gunshot. I don't know, whatever the gun is called, again, which means that it could have a rapid fire. So for that one spender, you could get oftentimes 3 attacks off of it. It's crazy.
It's a really great spender. And he is making great use of a hammer, which he's currently holding, because he had a greater number of attacks means that he's rolling a greater number of extra dice.
So I've been informed that
No,
Storm actually went first. Beg your pardon. Storm went first and effectively passed by just ticking herself. Then Winter Soldier thing happened, and now I'm seeing a tick on Logan. Is Logan just
very interesting.
just sitting back, hanging out?
One possible play here from Bobbette is he could move Angela forward, throw the size 4 hauler into Storm, who will then not have enough power to brace for impact because she's holding a hammer.
Aha. Interesting. That's right.
Not sure if she has the range, but I think she does. Yeah. Because her throw is a medium.
And that's because hammers make you pay 1 more power to use a tactics card than normal.
Right.
Right. So two they're calling pseudo passes in the chat. 2 pseudo passes by Joe. What I've never seen that before. Well, I've done it maybe once, but rarely. Certainly not twice.
I suppose it's because he wants to save his Rhino activation for later, so he can move in and use this is a robbery to steal one of Bobbette's hammers.
Oh, bizarrely, it looks like Bobbette pseudo passed with Black Panther. Black Panther's got a tick because now Joe moved Beast up and threw Black Panther off the point. Wow. Apparently, Big Ron's telling us that Joe's a defensive player and does pseudo passes quite a bit.
All right.
Interesting. So now Bobbette is responding by moving Okoye up and resecuring that point. I'm taking a look at that. Beast has the point. Yes, he does. So Okoye now will neutralize it. This is a great game. I've never seen this sort of play before.
Thing is here, though, that Rogue is close by, so all she has to do is walk to that point, and we have a 2 situation for Joemanji.
Yeah.
And then he has he can afford to make a casual attack into Okoye with Rogue to possibly build some power for next round.
So Beast used the second action to clear the bleed that was on him as well.
Oh my. Yeah. Pseudo pass on Rhino as well. What's this?
Oh, well, Rhino just got moved. Rhino got moved within 1 of the Extremis console. Is this the hop? This must be the hop.
I don't think so. So he's very cagily placing Rhino so that he's not within charge range. Probably not within charge range of Killmonger.
Hey, well, Guy, I don't want to confuse Guy in the chat, maybe other players. We're saying pass. We should be saying pseudo pass. There's no actual passes happening right now because both of them have the equal number of characters. You only pass if your opponent has more characters than you left to go. What we're calling pseudo passes is because the characters are effectively just standing there and blowing both of their actions and just putting the tick mark on them without doing anything. So that's what we mean by pseudo pass.
But this is very. I like this line of play from Joemanji. He's not overextending this way. He knows that given the activations of Bobbette and the early activation of Panther, he was given the opportunity to easily score the Northern Secure. So he now is going to have a 3-1 situation on the Secures. And that means that he can see this dice.
So Rogue has moved up to the point and decided to attack Okoye. Not doing so great. She's done 2 hits into 1 save.
Tapping 1 power though.
Oh, for the wild, is that what you mean? Yep. So that's what Big Ron is saying. Joe likes to hold a VP. To hold VPs to gain a lead and then keep prio until he sees an opening, and then he'll have the power to cause a bigger VP swing.
Yep. So what I was getting at is that Joemanji has realized that I can snatch an extra VP here easily without making attacks. So I'm gonna play defensively with my more powerful characters down south, because I don't have to send them in at the moment. I can get a lead anyway. But it'll be interesting to see how this response by Angela might affect Storm.
So Angela's moved forward. She's got 3 power, which I think puts her throw online.
Yep, it does.
And,
and then I think she has enough power for the Blades of Ichor, which could trigger a short move to get her onto the point and do the last point of damage to Storm if she should survive this dodge roll here, because she has, as we mentioned, she does not have the power to brace because she's holding a hammer.
So this will be 5 damage that Storm has to.
Yep. So this could be a big swing in Bobbette's favor, potentially.
Yeah. She's not very good at dodging.
She is not.
You know. She's a bit clumsy that way. She's always was since she was growing up. All right. Let's see. The defense dice haven't been thrown yet.
That's what we're seeing now, I think. 2 dodges.
2 dodges. Not bad. So 3 damage.
So 3 damage, yeah.
Yep. But now it's the, what is it called? Blades? Blades of Ichor, like you said?
I would expect her to do that. I think it costs 1 power, so she won't be able to pick up the hammer if Storm drops it.
But she'll get the
she could also just decide to move on to the point, because if she...
Oh wow! Did Bobbette just roll 4 blanks and a skull?
She should roll another dice because of the hammer.
Oh right. There it is, a crit.
Yeah.
That's lucky.
But it needs a hit to trigger the move.
Yeah, well, the crit rolls into a shield. Does not get it.
Yeah. So that's he gambled and he lost.
Yeah.
He could have just moved on to the point to deny a VP for Joemanji, but choose to aim for the big buck, which was not unreasonable in any way. I think he had a great chance of doing the 2 last damage to Storm, which would have been very impactful, especially if he would have hit the hit trigger and gotten a short move onto the point. That would effectively have turned this into a 4-3 situation for Bobbette. But now instead we have a 5-3 score for Joemanji.
Wow. Wow. Yep. So that was round 2. We're at 9-7. Joemanji's up by 2 now. And that Angela was the last thing. So Joe's got priority again. Wow. Guy Zaidi in the chat is mentioning that he's trying to pull together an Israeli team to come to the MCP WTC this October. That would be outstanding. Even in War Machine days, we didn't have an Israeli team.
Fantastic.
Yeah. We have so many teams coming, Huggy Bear. We were getting filled in over the course of Adepticon, me and Gil. 3 Irish, 2 Spanish, 2 Italians, certainly 3 Swedes, 2 Finnish teams. Who else? It's 2 Danish teams, naturally, 2 UK teams, 3 US teams, I think 1 Polish team, apparently an Israeli team. That would be amazing. I'm not sure where else. I certainly hope the French pull together a team.
Dutch, maybe?
Dutch, yeah, I think
Cookie?
Dutch.
Do you have a team?
Cookie, I think he has at least 1, if not 2. I mean, it's going to be brilliant. 5 people teams, and happening in the 3rd week of October, right at Copenhagen Airport. Can't be easier. Cookie says 1 team. One team from the Dutch.
Awesome.
All right. So Angela has moved to the point somehow.
I believe she was thrown by Storm.
Wow. Interesting. Thrown onto the point, though. And then Joe's running her away to the bottom secure.
I think he was trying to get her as far away from other secure points as possible to force her to spend more actions on moving rather than attacking.
Oh, 1 Belgian team at least, I think, is coming as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And there are more Swedish players interested that can fill up
Good.
even further teams if that's
Yeah, it's
if there's
needed.
room.
The Finns need a fill in, two actually. Other teams, I'm sure there's one or here, one or two that need a fill in. So we'll definitely soak those people up. And there's also a singles event on at the venues. So
Yeah. So because as it happens, Sweden is really, really close to Copenhagen, so it's quite easy for us to get there. For me, it's 35 minutes by train to the venue from where I'm sitting now, which is really comfortable. So
I should say so. So Storm's sat on the bottom point there, and play has passed over to Bobbette. Glenn is saying this is ultra defense. It is. I've never seen such a defensive game. It's really interesting.
it's basically a chess game, which is I like these kinds of game. I really do.
By the way,
activation order is so key.
Yeah, really, and placement. It's all about activation order and placement. Really subtle changes.
And I think Bobbette's early activation of Black Panther last round cost him at least 1 point.
Because it was too early.
Yes, his impact goes up the later in the round he goes because of the push on his builder attack. That makes him able to get other characters off a point. He's also really good at moving between points on D shapes because a long move plus a pounce gets him there, and then he has another action left to attack and push another character off. So going that early and not making attacks to getting people of points basically meant that he didn't do what he's best at.
Joe is coming down to London out of the north to play in our April tournament, which I'm super excited about. Really nice to have him come down. I actually have a set of the alternative art cards that were given out at Adepticon this year to give away to the players who come. So if you're interested in coming, there's a few tickets left. Not many, actually, but a few tickets left for the 22nd of April at Bad Moon Cafe in London. Come to my singles tournament. And
sounds great.
Yeah, the cards are really sweet. Did you see some of the card packs?
Yeah, I did. I was trying to participate in the hourly quiz to
nice.
to snatch one of those, but there was always multiple people way faster than me on the keyboard. So
Huggy Bear is referring to the Professional Casual Network. They were streaming all the events going on at Adepticon live on their Twitch channel, and they've now started to archive them up on their YouTube channel. So you can see those matches there. In fact, you get to see me and Gil on the finals for the Adepticon team or doubles tournament. It's like a two players playing together against two other players. We got up to the finals table yet again, as we did last year, but unfortunately lost again. So we both got second place 2 years in a row, but we're super happy with that, actually. Just to be on the tables, at the final tables, was a super thrill for us.
That's the very high quality streams by Professional Casual, I have to say.
Cool. Glad you enjoy them. They're really nice guys. I'm trying to convince them to come out to Copenhagen. They're from New York State, upstate New York. So it's a bit hard for them to travel that hard, but we're looking at it. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll happen.
Would be awesome.
Moving the action here at the top, it looks like Beast went ahead and did his hop off of Rogue, is now securing the point. And is he going
to... I suppose Okoye activated and made some energy attacks into him?
Yeah, because he's on 4 out of 6 hit points. Yes. Yep. Yes, because she's done. Good call. So that was Bobbette's first move, is Okoye into Beast, trying to take Beast out, which could have been very likely to happen. Beast now, like I said, hopped up. First action is attack. 2 hits into... she gets blanks, right?
Yep. Within 2, she gets blanks.
Yeah, so nothing. Nothing. But 1 more action still to go.
Black Panther is in a really bad spot here, given that Beast threw him off the point last round. And now he's throwing Okoye off, who has already activated, so she won't be able to get back on. But Panther, since he's thrown far outside of the diamond shape, he's gonna have trouble reaching any other secure points than the one he's standing next to. Well, the one with Beast and Rogue, or his home secure, where there are already a ton of his characters. So he's not going to be swinging a ton of points in Bobbette's favor.
So I misspoke. Thank you to Glenn. That movement that Beast did initially was based on the attack. He's got the attack
Of the
he's got that attack where he has to move within one of the target. So that's why he moved. He did attack her and then threw her off the points, and that was the end of it. She's only taking 1 hit point of damage, so that's probably a good call. And she's done, so she's not getting back on that point. Now we're back to Bobbette, who's looking at getting Angela back into the fray.
This is very dangerous because Angela herself is holding a hammer. So if he moves up, attack Storm, he will probably get her down. But then Angela will be attacked in return by both Beast and Logan, most likely. And that is a dangerous place to be.
Yeah. Hasn't committed yet.
Also, Rhino has enough power to use this as a robbery, so he's most certain to lose the hammer if he goes for that.
Looks like
Angela, that is.
Black Panther is going to do one of his pounces. He does a pounce that probably will get him back onto the point.
Yeah. He needs to. Yeah, this will be interesting. Does he go for Beast, who he can push off the point, or does he go for Rogue, who he probably might be hoping to daze and steal her hammer?
Yeah. Well, we've seen dice rolls. I'm not sure who the target is.
We're not seeing any arrows though,
no.
but and both have physical defense. Oh, that block! Oh my god!
3 crits for a block. My god. Nothing. Don't roll into any more, but still 3 crits in from 3 for 5 hits. 5 hits. Let's see who takes the damage.
If it's Beast, it's enough to take him down.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how.
So probably not Beast, given the fact that Bobbette used his reroll to, but only got a skull.
Ah, okay. So yeah, probably into Rogue then. So that'd be 3 into Rogue. He's not going to be happy about that. Or 2.
No,
2
that would mean own. But here Joemanji is. It has to be Beast because he's re-rolling defense dice.
Oh, okay,
here.
right.
Yeah.
Cool.
There goes Beast. And he should be pushed off the point as well because the push is before damage is dealt.
Nice ability. So it's a double whammy for Joe. He's off the point for next turn as well.
It's been, hard to think that Wakanda was actually tearing up the meta for multiple seasons.
Oh god, yeah. Very early in the game, but yes. So it looks like they're trying to figure out how he can push the furthest, I think. It is a little tricky between not touching Rogue and the cargo container just below.
Very tricky. Not sure that's within the 90-degree angle, given where Panther is standing.
Oh, yeah. Either. Good point. Really good point. I forgot about that part. It's away, isn't it?
Yep.
All right.
It is. And he wants to push Beast so that he ends up outside of 2 from Rogue. So they can't make good use of the X-Men hop. But
because the X-Men hop can still use dazed characters.
Yes, and also I think that Rogue is still has her activation to go, meaning that she can just position herself within 2 of Beast anyway, and be good. So
all right. So
yeah. Not a great situation for Bobbette.
So I'm assuming Black Panther's done because Joe's already starting to measure stuff off of Angela, but I don't see it.
He should have. He should have another action.
Oh yeah, I agree. But
the question is what he decides to do with it.
Because if he hits Rogue, it's
attacking Rogue. It's very unlikely to get her down. It's very likely to feed her power.
Hughes wants you to know Rogue couldn't jump because she has a hammer.
For sure, but Beast could.
Yeah.
So she would position herself in such a way that Beast could jump back on the point. But absolutely, you cannot use the X-Men jump if you're holding an extract.
So Black Panther's decided. I don't know if he did anything with the second action, or he just decided to skip it because he's tick marked now.
Yeah.
So he elected not to give Rogue power, basically.
So he basically, Black Panther has decided not to use 3 actions over the course of this game now.
Yeah, interesting. Some dice were being rolled. I am completely unclear as to who was attacking who in that one, because I saw Joe put some templates down on Angela, but also on Rhino, but I haven't seen anybody move. So
I think this is Rogue into Panther. Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
And he just spent 3 power, so I assume that's his Southern Hospitality spender, which means he will throw Panther off of the point, get him outside the diamond again, and reduce his impact to nothing scoring-wise.
Wow. All right. So that means Rogue has done 3 hits. Does she need a trigger to toss him?
I'm not sure if she needs to do damage. Or if the throw is automatic. I think she needs to do a damage. A point of damage. But so far it looks like she is doing that.
Let's see if I can find her really
Yeah.
quick. Or is this her? Yeah, Rogue. If the
Nope,
target
it's auto magic.
Oof. Oof. Hello, PHP Chrono. Welcome to the show. I don't think Joe's used his X-Men hop yet this game. If everybody in the chat's been helping us the way they have. Looks
Not
like...
this turn, no.
Here's the throw.
This is the throw that is the automatic trigger from Southern Hospitality. So another point of damage going into Panther, unless he uses Brace for Impact here.
Yep. So 2 have gone through so far, maybe 3. And now Okoye is going to roll for 3 points of damage. Yep.
If
so
she rolls 0 blocks, which she didn't, but she could have dazed there.
Yeah. Right, but this is just gravy for Joe at this point because both of them are inconsequential now.
Yep. I'm afraid I think Black Panther has activated way too early, both in round 2 and round 3. Because the strength of him is basically that he's so tanky that he can afford to be cool and wait for the right time when he can have a really powerful activation.
Bobbette's elected to move Angela over to that point of the board, so she's moved from center up. So that's one action so far.
Are those terrain pieces size 3?
These are size 3s. Oh, and she's just tossing one. Tossing one into Rogue.
Rogue doesn't have the power to brace either.
So this is 4 damage going into Rogue.
She has natural damage reduction from Kree physiology, so I don't know. This is
about to find out. Was that 1 save?
technically 2.
You mean with the...
And now I expect this is an This is a builder attack from Angela, and so far it's looking pretty good.
Well, the good Angela showed up today. She's rolled 5 hits so far on this attack.
He does not have power to put a reroll into that, but
Joe saves effectively 2, so he's taken 3 more. So
that would get her down. Yep, that's impactful.
She's on 5 out of 6.
That was big.
5 out of 6. She didn't go down, right? Okay.
Ow. She has
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She saved 1 and saves 2, basically, so it's 3.
Maybe she was. Yeah, I think they were a bit fast putting in the throw damage, which led us to believe that she was already on 2.
Okay.
Before the attack, so it was 2 plus 3.
That's right, Segram. There's no cover because she was within 2. So the X-Men.
So this was not at all a big thing.
Almost.
Ignore me.
Almost.
Yeah.
So Angela now is on the point, so that point is dead, basically. Rogue and Angela
Yep.
are reducing it, contesting it.
Sadly, it's looking increasingly difficult for Bobbette, avoiding another round of falling behind here.
Joe is
Winter
measuring.
Soldier can,
Yep.
of course, move up and finish off Rogue.
Magic Nick, Angela moved up, then through the container, and then did the attack. They're asking in the chat. Magic Nick also said, I think Bobbette was a bit too passive with Killy Billy and Black Panther last round, but I really like the Angela play, even if it sadly backfired. Who's Killy Billy?
Killmonger, I guess.
I don't know who Killy Billy is. Killmonger.
Killmonger has to be.
Is his name William? I didn't know that.
No, I think it's Jadaka.
Okay. I don't know what's going on in Montreal then that you would call. No, that's Black Panther, Chikala. Where the hell's Killmonger? Come on. Where the hell's Killmonger?
I think he's in between the weirdly oversized cards. Yeah.
I can't find him. All right. Somebody could tell me what Killmonger's name is. His secret alias.
It's their local nickname for him.
Sure, it's a local nickname, but why? Why? Like, where you know, where does Killy Billy come from? Killy, yes. Yeah. Billy, I don't know. Maybe just because it's Killy. Okay, so the name is Nunjaka. We're getting a sense of Canadian Francophile humor, apparently, because they just like it because it rhymes. All right. Fair enough.
Getting Bucky north to finish off Rogue, and thus that is a lot of points swinging in favor of Bobbette if he chooses to do that. But it also opens up for a all-out attack by Logan and Rhino onto Killmonger.
So I think it's Joe's turn right now, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Might be a good time for Rhino to move up and rob Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Because he also gets to throw him in that case. So he could throw him in such a manner that he could not reach Rogue with an attack, I think.
So I think it's happening.
Yep, looks like that's what he's measuring.
I wanted to point out that this is round 3 and no tactics cards have been used yet. The middle of round 3. Oh. Yeah, thank you, Glenn. You said this, Glenn had the same point.
Very interesting.
I think they're playing so fast they can't flip the cards over quickly enough. So they just keep mowing. Speed MCP. This will be like the hardcore days of War Machine.
Well, to be fair, most of the tactics cards on both sides are defensive in nature. And we haven't seen that many attacks being made over the course of this game.
Yeah, as it turns out.
At all.
Now, he might be abandoning the Rhino play.
Very interesting. I think this is... the Rhino... I think the Rhino play should be really good for Joemanji here. Because preventing the Winter Soldier attacks into Rogue is effectively preventing a 3-point swing over there, or 2-point swing, because he's not going to be able to pick up the hammer as things stand. But still a lot of points. And also getting himself a hammer, that's another point in favor of Joemanji.
While Joe's doing
and also, if Winter Soldier is allowed to move north with his hammer, that means the odds of Rhino having a good use of this is a robbery, this game, increasingly diminishes.
All right, so Rhino's used one action to move. Now he's attacking with his second action into probably Winter Soldier. And 3 hits into 1 save.
Could be 2 because of cover.
Cover, yes. But that's not the point. The point is he's now going to be within 1 of Winter Soldier.
Correct.
Where he could play the this is a robbery card.
This is a robbery.
This is a robbery. Fred B, though, the fastest Fred in Sweden, he says putting Rhino within a Killmonger with 3 power seems very dangerous.
For sure. That's, of course, the downside of it. But the alternative is having Rogue dying and not having any more opportunities, most likely, to play This is a Robbery this game.
Right. So there goes the hammer. Thank you very much. And then the throw, a medium throw, probably behind. Oh, no. I thought he would go closer to us.
Yeah, okay. I would definitely have expected him to throw Winter Soldier as far away from Rogue as possible, because if he throws him like that, he's still going to be able to...
Maybe he doesn't want him to shoot Logan, but why don't you jot this down as a question? This seems.
I mean, he has 4 physical defense plus cover from the leadership. So, but I mean, I think Winter Soldier can do a medium move and then maybe Hydra Tactics off Panther, end up within 2 of Rogue there, getting a rapid fire shot. Yeah, dangerous, very dangerous.
Could you jot down why he? Oh, here comes usurp
the throne.
Yep, here it goes. So this means if he dazes Rhino, he'll get 2 extra VPs.
Yep.
Immediately. First attack.
I would not be surprised to see Wakanda Forever played here. Oh, holy moly.
He's popped off. That's 5 hits, 6 hits now. 6 hits into just 1 save, 2 with damage reduction. It's 4 hits. Rhino is not a tanky boy. He is not. Ladies and gentlemen, if out there who have yet to play him, of course he's beefy, but he's not a big tank. So this is entirely possible, certainly with that roll. Pierce too. Oh yikes! Thank you for the Pierce. So yeah, that's 5 out of 7 hit points. Rhino is going down.
He is.
Ooh, Cookie's predicting Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I'm not sure it'll be needed. But
is this fallback happening? This is a fallback.
Yeah. But fallback is away.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's aggressive.
Aggressive. Okay, cool. Nice one. So he's moved short to him.
Yep.
Still in range though.
So if he survives the next attack, he could do a fallback. I'm not sure if he. He's not within 2 of anyone to sacrifice.
Maybe this was the play all along. Joe's just banking on being able to survive the attacks, but then be able to get Rhino back over to where he started. Yeah, this Rhino play is going to be a key question to ask Joe.
Yeah. Rhino needs to go down from the next attack, or he will fall back away.
Yeah.
But Killmonger could play Wakanda Forever here.
Yeah.
Which means that if Rhino falls back from that attack, then he can spend power to charge him with his last action.
Right. Yeah, Vodka Bliss, he'll definitely fall back anyway because it's before the damage takes place, but, then he'll lose that hammer.
No, he survives if he survives an attack, he can fall back. But that's why he needs to play Wakanda Forever first, because then he can do a charge after having played the Wakanda Forever attack, triggering the fallback.
Magic Nick likes your plan.
Also, Okoye would be able to spend 1 to do a 4 dice energy attack into Rogue, possibly doing the last point of damage, so that Winter Soldier can simply double move to pick up the hammer. that would be a not bad outcome for Bobbette here.
Yep. Bobbette is taking a look at various options, probably for fallback.
Notably, if Killmonger manages to get Rhino down here, he will also cash in 2 VPs because of the Usurp card, which is huge.
All right, dice are being thrown. I don't see Wakanda wherever being tossed. So 2 crits.
Ooh, that's not good.
No saves. No saves, though. No saves except for the damage reduction. So up, it rolls into another hit. I think he's just done it. Just.
3 minus 1. Yeah, that should do it.
Just.
That should do it.
Wow. 3 hits into.
But he did not play Wakanda Forever, so if Rhino would have survived that, that would have been seriously bad for Bobbette.
Yeah.
I think if I would have been in Bobbette's shoes, I would have used the Wakanda Forever, because if he would have fluffed that attack, it would have been so bad.
All right. Here comes the fallback.
Why didn't he go down?
I think he has, but fallback happens before.
Yeah. That's right. You can fall back even though you
Been dazed.
have been dazed. Yes, correct.
So it's going to go right back onto that point, apparently, or being at least in range of a X-Men hop. And that also means the hammer is further away from any of Bobbette's stuff. So nice.
Killmonger is not getting that hammer.
So maybe that was Joe's plan all along. He, was hoping to survive, but in any case, he could preserve the hammer from going into Bobbette's hands regardless. So, unless he got one shot naturally, which can happen. Right. So that's the end of the fallback. He's in hop position.
Still, 2 usurp VPs into the hands of Bobbette.
Good point. Thank you. I forgot
Puts
about
us
that
at
point.
9-9.
Wow.
And if Winter Soldier manages to put Rogue down up north, still swing the game in favor of Bobbette.
Logan can go grab that hammer. That's on the floor right now.
I expect he will.
Yeah. And then could even retreat back if he wanted to.
As a matter of fact, I think the X-Men hop has not been used yet.
No. X-Men hop.
So Logan is in a great position to hop off of Rhino.
Mm-hmm. Yep. In fact, he could then go to the middle, the left secure, so to speak, and get that point. Because Storm's securing the bottom one.
Yep.
God, man, these guys are playing so well. No wonder they're in the finals. Jeez. This damn X-Men hops.
We love to hate them.
Well, while they're debating this, take this opportunity to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, spam all your friends to sign up, and get my numbers higher than Chewie's. We can't let Chewie have more subscribers than Dr. Norbert and the Huggy Bear, okay? Because we've got a Huggy Bear. I love you, Chewie. So do that. We don't have any Patreons. We don't have any merch. We don't have any advertising revenue. We just want your love. I got quite a few people saying hello to us at Adepticon. Huggy Bear, you'll be pleased to know. It was really nice.
Oh,
yeah.
That's lovely to hear.
That's great. So nice. People enjoying the show.
Yeah, it's certainly the driving, what drives us forward. The appreciation from our viewers that makes it all worth it.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure. Thank you, Vodka
And
Blitz.
also getting to...
Sorry, go ahead.
And also getting to watch quality MCP.
Right, Vodka Blitz and all the other Canadians in the chat here. I should have mentioned how many Canadian teams are coming over to the WTC. If it's 0, we're all going to be very cross with you. You can't let us down, Canada. Canada. Come with 2 teams, 1 for each side of the country. and like maybe Toronto. Oh, 0 Wakablitz. No, no. Surely there are 5 players all around Canada, surely, who want to go to Copenhagen. Just got to get the word out. What do I got to do? This is my new mission now. I need to get on their Discords and start rustling the bushes and scaring up players. Okay, so Logan went ahead and didn't do the flare play of getting that left secure.
Defensive play went on to just grab the hammer and retreat.
Yep.
So X-Men Hop unspent this round, and now Bucky with Bobbette has a great opportunity to use Bucky in order to swing this round into his favor. He can certainly use Hydra Tactics to get within 2 of Rogue, robbing her of that cover. So if he manages to put 1 damage onto her, that would mean that he gets the point from the secure. He could pick up the hammer. So that would take his score to 4, whereas Joemanji will be at 3.
Folks,
so turning the game around in favor for Bobbette. He started this round being 2 down.
Right.
He might end it being 1 up.
Right.
But it all comes down to the dice.
Some of the dice gods have their word. Nothing is for certain.
But it looks like he did it.
He just did it. Wow.
Yep.
Just did it. Good old Winter Soldier doing the work. So apparently in Canada, the flights are prohibitively costly. I didn't realize it was so bad for you guys. That's terrible. So they all want to come, but they're saying apparently it's at 1,000 Canadian to fly over to Copenhagen.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy time. What the hell? Can't you fly out of the United States, maybe? Just go across the border and go there? Or do they tax you on the way? Like, you Canadians, we know what you're up to. We're going to charge you more now. Stay on your side of the wall.
Right. So all of a sudden,
wow,
we have a situation where Bobbette is the one that can play for status quo for next round.
Yeah.
And take home the game.
Right.
Joemanji doesn't need. This will certainly be the last round of the game, because I find it very unlikely that neither player is going to score enough to go to 16,
right,
given the number of points that are on the map. But we now have a situation where Joemanji has 3 of his powerful characters standing in the very south of the table, unable to affect the northern side.
Had Logan moved to the left, they would have been tied instead.
Yeah, correct. I'm not sure he could have. Maybe he could have reached it if he had used the hop of Rhino to get within 1 of the hammer, and then double move to. Yeah, he could have done that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I had to ask him about that. That whole play down there was very interesting.
It would have also taken him closer to the action for the last round.
All right. But Joe has priority, so it's up to Joe now to pick the most perfect character to activate and execute it perfectly. Hopefully he's sacrificed to the dice gods so that they will favor his creativity. Well, he's taking his time. He's thinking about this one.
I, for one, am really pleased to see Wakanda still putting up a really good fight against the meta boogeyman X-Men. I don't know if they're a boogeyman, but they are certainly
top 4,
a top 3 affiliation. At the moment. Yeah,
top 3.
I'd say.
Wow. Whoa.
Top 3. I would put the Cat and Dog Malekith, the Thanos Guardians, and X-Men as my top 3 currently.
Still talking about it. So you want to hear one of my favorite moments from Adepticon, Huggy? You're going to appreciate this. You know how I always scold TTS players when they scoop up their dice from the tray before we have a chance to kind of read it properly, and
Yep.
instead of just leaving it there. We call them scoopers, dice scoopers. Anyhow, I'm playing in the finals game on stream, for that matter, against Jacob Deaton and Mike from the Danger Room. And at one point, we're rolling in these boxes, and at one point, the play was over, but I did. It wasn't like right away, but I did scoop up the dice from that tray, mostly to keep it clear, because now Gil would be rolling dice, and it was using his dice, so I didn't want to mix them up, that sort of thing. Anyhow, I scooped them up, and Jacob points his finger at me and goes, "Oh, you're one of those dice scoopers, are you?" It was so meta. I laughed my ass off. Okay, somebody's attacking somebody. I assume up here north because they were pointing a lot. Oh, God.
Oh, that's a good hit.
Yeah, Joe's got 5 hits, including a crit so far, into 2 saves.
Logical thing would be to attack either Winter Soldier or Angela here.
I think it might be Angela, because I saw her just spending a power, so there's a reroll here.
Yeah. Given the number of dice, I expect this was a
3,
Storm
4.
Spender.
So it's 6 points. 6 points. Rogue Spender, you mean?
Oof.
Rogue Spender into Angela.
Yep.
Yep. So she spent 2 just now to fall back. That's what fall back. Nice. Or brace. No. I'm not sure. Which is probably her, and it's either fallback or is the throw involved?
Because this is the throw should take place after fallback, given the fact that throw is.
Looks like I got it right. Vodka Blitz, who's the master of this game, called it differently. So yay me. Hot damn. Must be all this Adepticon energy I'm exuding from all the excellent players I was standing around.
Adepticon seems to be a good habitat for you, Norbert.
It really is.
You really perform when you're over there.
It must be the jet lag. I don't overthink things. Actually, Gil and I are just a fantastic team for some reason. So it works nice. We had an interview with Professional Casual. It hasn't gone up yet on YouTube, but hopefully they'll get it up there soon so you can hear about how we like to play. So, yep. So
That's fun.
There's the fallback. She's on 4 out of 6 hit points. And now you're saying is when the throw happens. Yeah? And it looks like Joe wants to move her kind of back.
I think throw is omnidirectional.
Yeah, but Winter Soldier is going to block the angle.
Yeah. Note how Bobbette cleverly placed Angela so that she couldn't be thrown back into range 2 of Rogue.
Oh.
Rogue does, however, have the power needed to charge.
Yeah. All right, so they're measuring this very important thing. So basically, the Angela has to go parallel, basically, to the line between her and...
Yeah, I'm not sure you're allowed to draw lines like that, but...
Well, I mean, how else are you going to know where you're going to put the tool, right? Because the point is you could not go further to the left than...
Yeah, what I mean is the line is technically another measuring tool.
Sure.
So if you've put down the measuring tool and decided that that's where it is, then drawing a line in order to checking to see if does she bump into Winter Soldier here, that's fine. But not to using the line in order to optimize the placement of the movement gadget.
All right. So Angela's moved over to the board outside of 2 of Rogue. Joe's now measuring 1 against Beast, maybe for X-Men hop. I don't know. She's just spent some power.
2 there. Has to be a charge.
Yep.
So even though Rogue may very well be able to bring Angela down here, the fact that she needed 2 attack actions means that the hammer will still be around, and Bobbette has a ton of characters that can activate and take back.
All right, second attack. I think Bobbette needs to turn his fallback card over. Oh, he's just done it. Look at these guys. What pros? 3 hits into, is it no saves? That would do it. Yep. So Angela dazes, drops her hammer. Rogue has the power to pick it up, which she does. Interesting. How crucial was this?
This I'm not too crucial. I mean, Rogue was bound to have a powerful activation, bouncing back from her dazed condition, but there will certainly be very important and decisive activations to follow. Beast is an interesting conundrum here. Preferably Bobbette wants to go late with his impactful characters up north.
Yep.
But Beast is around there, and Beast could very well daze a character like Winter Soldier or Okoye, or even Black Panther, given the fact that Black Panther is on 3 damage. So it's not at all obvious what Bobbette should be doing here, I think. And the order of activation that he chooses to employ will be very, very impactful on the end result of this game.
So, yeah.
I think maybe Killmonger could move once, then charge with his spender into Beast. Or maybe it's better just with his builder, because Beast has such crappy energy defense. And then use Wakanda Forever to do a second attack into Beast, bring him down, get Killmonger onto that northern point, freeing up some other characters to move to other points later. Spreading out.
Oh, come on, Bobbette. Make a play. I know it's an important one, but still. He keeps looking at his cards, too. Keeps teasing me. I'm like, oh, he's going to do Wakanda Forever now. No.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever is not bad, I think, but I think he wants Killmonger in there.
Yeah.
I mean, Killmonger... If Killmonger moves once, charges, and spenders off of the charge, then he gets to place within one of Beast's, getting onto the point, unless Beast immediately dies, in which case, well, good on him. Good on Killmonger, that is.
So, looks like an attack happening up top here. I'm not sure who, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice were rolled. This is probably Winter Soldier. He got 3 hits, including the trigger.
Yeah.
Into 1 save.
I think this to be Winter Soldier, for sure.
1 save, so it's either Rogue or Beast. Probably Beast. Yeah, it's Beast because I see a reroll happening on the defense roll. It doesn't help him. He's got only 1 save. So it's 3 hits going in.
I'm not the biggest fan of this play, but sure, if Beast goes down, then it frees up a ton of...
Woo! Another good hit. 3 hits, including a crit. Crit rolls into another hit, like 4 into 2 saves.
Then he's able to use a reroll.
Yeah.
Wakanda reroll. Winter Soldier with a hammer in Wakanda is just insane amounts of output.
Yeah, rerolls.
Currently it's enough. Beast needs another block.
I think he's done it already. Oh no, here he goes. This is a crucial one.
This is 2 going in.
Oof.
And he does have another action after this, but...
Yeah, that's right, he does. This is the rep.
Oh, that was a skull and a blank. Oh, he goes down.
Beast is out.
Well done, Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky.
Moving up to the point.
So he uses second action to move on to the point, which means that Bobbette wins it since Winter Soldier is healthy. Rogue is not, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
Okie dokie.
He still needs to get the hammer off of Rogue, though. Somehow. So I'm not entirely sure if that was the best line of play, but
Wookie Mart's got some questions about the game. Not this particular game, but about the general gameplay. So go ahead and put them in the chat. There's loads of people who'll answer you, if not us.
Black Panther. Well, there are both of the left and right secures are currently free. Rhino is on his injured side, so Bobbette is in that regard favored in the contesting game, so to speak. So he has both. Okoye can reach the right one. Black Panther can probably reach the left one, and he also has Killmonger on the right one. So if he can score both the left and the right one, maybe he doesn't need 2 hammers. So that would mean it's a 4-4, and that's enough.
That's enough, right?
But that presupposes that Rhino and Logan won't have a big say in what happens, which we know they will.
So Wookie Mart has questions about Shield. What I'll tell you, Wookie Mart, is why don't you DM Huggy Bear on Discord? He's a big Shield player, and he could probably answer your questions. What's your Discord handle? Is it just Huggy Bear?
It's Huggy Bear, yeah.
Yep.
And to give a straight answer, yes, Bucky is enormously good in Shield, for sure. He's affiliated, so
he's affiliated.
There's,
Jesus.
Yes, oh, there's nothing not to love. So you go ahead and put him in there.
You go. All right. This is Joemanji.
Other good picks are Iron Man and Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos.
I'm painting them up currently. In the midst of painting them. Yeah.
So I assume that that was obviously a stampede.
Yep.
Adding 2 attack dice to the next attack of Rhino.
Trying to take out Killmonger.
Mm-hmm.
He's not very good at hitting, though. I mean, similar to the Juggernaut.
If Killmonger survives this, it could be huge.
I think he might, though. It's 2 saves already. 4 hits into 2 saves.
There will be another attack, though. But the incoming hauler throw...
Yeah, that might do it, man. So
No. There's a brace for impact.
God. That's not gonna
available. Happen. So in fact, I think it would be a bad play for Joemanji to throw the hauler here, because that means that it frees up a path for Killmonger to get to the left point.
Oh God.
Because then Okoye could reach the right one.
Okoye.
Later.
I just saw Okoye in that Wakanda Forever film. She was very angry.
Yep. Is that an iPhone I see?
All right, so Rhino moved within 1 as part of the attack. And he's spending some power, and he is tossing... Yeah, sure enough, he's tossed the hauler.
Race.
He's tossed the hauler.
Yep.
And then,
like I said, I think this benefits Bobbette more than Joemanji.
Yeah.
Because it opens up the
no saves, though.
Options.
No saves. Oh, wait. It was, but he used brace. So what are dice rolling? Is this a second attack? Second attack.
It's second attack, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So,
6 hits.
No
5
blocks.
hits,
5 hits. Ooh, that would do it.
Oh my
that
God.
would do it.
This is crazy. Whoa. Whoa. Rhino got pissed.
Swinging. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
That makes things way more difficult for Bobbette here.
Whoo.
Oof.
Killmonger had not activated, so that leaves Okoye and Black Panther left, and they're both on the top part of the board.
Yeah. This is why I think I was pondering the charge Wakanda Forever line of play to avoid this situation. But it's now two very important characters have been dazed at a bad time for Bobbette. Both Angela and Killmonger.
That was clutch move by Rhino.
I mean, Okoye can still double move to the right point and score it because she's healthy and Rhino is not. But it all comes down to, I think it's all going to come down to what happens to Rogue.
Yeah. I don't see any hand waving. Maybe they all went for a smoke break. I could use a toilet break. I could tell you that. Oh my God.
This is really tight.
I know. I don't want to leave.
2 activations each left. Bobbette needs 3 points. Joemanji needs 4. He currently has 5. So Bobbette needs to make 1 point. One of Joemanji's points, swing over to him. And having last activation is a huge benefit here. And Wakanda Forever still being online, but that means that Black Panther can move last in the round and double move pounds and use Wakanda Forever to get someone off of a point.
Yep.
So that would mean, Joemanji has to activate 1 character now.
No,
possibly he...
Isn't it Bobbette's turn after that? Rhino beat up Black Panther.
That's right. This, given the fact that Killmonger was dazed before activating, that means that Joemanji will have the last activation. That is huge. Having last activation here is...
massive.
Massive, yeah.
Wow.
Because just double moving to contest something is effectively a 1 VP swing, and that is all the difference here.
Priority is such an interesting aspect of this game. I've never played a game where priority was so crucial.
Yeah, and you have to keep that in mind, and you can manipulate it in multiple ways.
Yeah.
With activating things in the right order, keeping models that your opponent wants to daze unactivated, so that if they daze them, then they daze that character, but they're also giving away priority to you to retaliate next round. So
Age of Sigmar has this priority thing where you can basically get 2 turns in a row, 2 huge turns in a row. Not like, but it all just comes down to a dice roll. There's no agency. You don't really have any agency over that happening. Whereas here, like you were saying, it's entirely in your control for the most part, deciding who you attack or don't attack, as the case may be, to kind of think ahead of gaining that priority.
Order of activation is such a massive thing in this game.
Meaning order of your character activations, yeah?
Yes, the order you activate your characters in. Okay, right. Very interesting.
Koye is healthy, so she'll be owning that point from Rhino.
Yeah, I think this is keeping Panther, saving him for last is. I think it's the right call here. Well, there's never a right or wrong call. I think there are multiple paths to victory, but the way things stand, I think saving Panther for last is a good thing. Good thinking by Bobbette.
So Logan and Storm left to go on Joemanji's side. Looks like he's going to have Logan go.
He's not going to be able to attack unless he sets up Storm first to hop off of her.
Ooh. But Storm's vulnerable.
She is, but Bobbette doesn't have any characters with enough range to get to her.
Hmm. Looks like
Oh man,
is this
this
Storm setting herself up for the hop? No, so that Logan can hop off for her.
I think so.
Yeah. Problem is
I
that
think that's what we're gonna see.
Logan's kind of where she wants to be.
Question for next round for Panthers activation will be Logan going last. Means he will be able
they
to
can't hop.
contest
They both
either
have
way.
hammers. There's no hop online. They both have
Oh,
hammers.
right.
Thanks, Charmer.
That's huge. Well, Logan going last, being able to contest either point. I think this is in the bag for Joemanji.
There we go. So Storm's elected to move within one of the Extremes console, just next to Logan. Boop.
I think basically what needs to.
Oh, she's healing
happen.
herself. She healed herself off the console and called it a day. That leaves Black Panther. This is the big moment. This is Bobbette's moment. Last activation.
Basically, what needs to happen here, I think, is for Black Panther to pounce forward, use Wakanda Forever, one-shot Rogue, get the hammer, and double move to the left secure.
All right, here he goes. Black Panther's moving down to the right secure in this final game of the quarterfinals of Season X MCP
Given
TTS.
the fact that Rogue is holding that last hammer, it's not going to cut it.
He's just got to do the math, right?
So I'm not sure what he's...
What's his play here?
Gunning for here. Because he's already got that point. If he places Black Panther on that point, that means that Logan will not be able to...
Yeah, but doesn't Logan just run to the left point and score that?
Yeah, but that means that we have a... you're right. Yeah, that still makes it 17-16 in Joemanji's favor.
There's the Pounce. Pounce, I think, contacted Rhino. And he's taken 2 damage from that.
Yeah. This is not,
and then
not enough.
One more attack. Or one more action still to go.
So I was thinking maybe he could get it to be a tie. But
maybe that's what he's playing for. So here's the second attack. Or second action. I think. Are they rolling dice yet? Yeah, there they go. All right. I guess it's into Rhino. Oof. 3 hits, including a wilds, into 1 save, damage reduction. Means he should be taking just 1 hit point. If I'm doing that right. Yep. 1 hit point. Oh, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I think, as someone pointed out in the chat, shouldn't Panther just have gone to the left secure? If he had done that, that would have meant that he would have had... Logan could have gone to either side to contest.
Yep.
He could have positioned so that Logan could not attack, most likely. But that would have meant that the best thing Logan could get was to stop Bobbette from scoring 4. So that's only scoring 4 for himself. So that would mean there would have been a tie.
Yeah.
So there would have been another round.
Joe has 3 hammers plus 2 points. That gives him 17 points altogether. Bobbette's got the top secure, the right secure, and 1 hammer. That's 3 points, bringing him to 16. 17-16. Wow. I'm not sure just what happened there. We need to talk to these gentlemen, because otherwise people are saying that would have been 16-16 and allowed another round to happen. You know, and Wakanda Forever is still online.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Amazing.
And Bobbette would have had Prio at the.
Oh my God, yeah. Jeez. Right, let's jump into their channel and see what's what.
Yep.
Cool. See you there. All right, everybody, if you got questions, now's the time to ask them. Ask your questions. Hit the like and subscribe button. Do all the things. And here's the channel.
I don't think there's anything else I could have done on that last one because you were scoring.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good.
Hey, guys.
It's Norbert here along with Huggy Bear. I just want to let you know we're on the air with you now.
Sweet. Cool.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt, but we wanted to thank you for a really fantastic game. We, Huggy Bear in the chat, we have loads of chatters today. Haven't seen such an interesting game of defensive MCP in some time, if at all. So really great stuff for us to watch today. Thank you so much for letting us see it.
For sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. So, Bobbette, let's start with you. You're part of the Montreal Shark Tank, as I understand it. I thought you were from Quebec. Are you from Quebec?
I'm from the province of Quebec. I live in Montreal, but I am not yet part of any group.
Oh, okay. Maybe they'll welcome you now with your amazing performance here.
Yeah, they invited me to the Discord and stuff. I just haven't had a chance to go there on Wednesdays and play.
Oh, okay, cool. Because we were saying how you were the only player who actually went undefeated and also had high enough strength of schedule to avoid having to play the first round of the eliminations. So you're in a very unique spot this time in Season X of the TTS League.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk about your game here a little bit. Fantastic defensive work. It seemed like that your plan was to pull that hammer off the bottom of the table, or to your left, so to speak, and then focus on the right, the center and the right side of the table. Was that the basic idea?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us a little bit how you set that up and what you were expecting how it was supposed to go.
Okay. So by kind of putting my guys in my bottom right corner, they could go to the middle or the right, depending on where Joe put his guys. I was really scared he was just going to go with Wolverine or Rhino and grab the extract on the right, and then I guess I would have just done the same thing on his right, and I would have done the same thing on that side, I guess. My plan was to have enough of a force, like having a Okoye be able to go to either spot to be able to help defend. And I wanted to kind of force a fight, but only across 2 points.
Yep. Okay, cool. And so that seems to have succeeded. Were you happy with the way the game was going at the early stages?
Yes, I was. There was the turn where he got 2 extra points on me that I was not thrilled with, but other than that one specific case, I was happy with how it went until the whole game except for the very end.
We're going to come to the end. I think I'd rather shift over to Joe. Congratulations on the big win here, Joe.
Thank you.
Your use, I have 2 questions for you. Well, the first one is your use of what we were calling pseudo passing, which was merely to just throw an activated token on your characters, was used quite often in the early game and really interesting. Is that your usual gameplay, and have you seen it used by other people?
Yeah, I think so. I think the main thing was I could see that the trap that Josh was laying with Killmonger and Angela in his center. So I didn't want to be activating my attackers or grabbers early in the turn, because then they just get absolutely smashed. So the later they can activate, the less damage they take in return.
Mm-hmm. And so the point is that, you're just going to hang here and score points because he wasn't going to come after you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. Okay. So the part that I thought was quite different from your gameplay, and I'll let Huggy jump in soon, was, of course, in the latter half of the game where you decided to do that Rhino play into Winter Soldier to grab his hammer, which seemed really risky. Maybe you could tell us a bit about what your meta thoughts were for the overall way you were hoping things to go there.
I was hoping it to go exactly how it went. I died by exactly 1 damage with the fallback, so if I'd survived by 1 more point, then I would have had the hammer and had taken that point back, and then Logan could have gone in and thrown someone off a point, and then that would have been a good turn. I could see that was a risk, but I saw the Winter Soldier was just going to run away off to my left, and then Rhino would be out of the game. So I wanted to do it whilst I still could, and then keep his 2 characters, Winter Soldier and Killmonger, on my side of the board where I had my characters. So I had Logan, Storm, and Rhino on this side of the board. Mm-hmm. So if Rhino doesn't go then Josh can move Winter Soldier over to his right, my left, and then I've got 3 characters on the right side of the board.
Yeah.
So even by Rhino dying there, it means that his characters stay on that point. Worst case scenario, and then I'm still in the game with my characters on the right.
Yes, that is very interesting because it was looking really dicey for you that you had 3 characters at the right side of the screen, so the bottom for us viewers, when all the action was happening on the left side or the top part of the screen.
Absolutely. So often do that. It's just send someone in to die in the right place, because if someone's using attack actions rather than move actions, then they're still in the same place for next turn.
Mm-hmm. But the part that seemed so ingenious, though, was even if you did daze between your cards and his aggressive ability, you put him back where you really was in a really good spot, actually. But was that like secondary to your plan? It was more about driving Winter Soldier down or hunting him down?
Well, no, there was 2 facets to the plan. If it worked, if he survived, then I could come back to where he was.
Sure.
And if he died, then he dies in the right place.
Right. Okay. Huggy Bear, do you want to jump in here before we go back to Bobbette?
I was curious, Joemanji, about your turn 1 shenanigans where you decided to go for the left hammer, which was not the one opposite of Angela. But were you at all contemplating having Logan jumping off of Rhino and grabbing the one in front of Angela to sort of rob her of her shtick, so to speak?
No, well, that might have been a good idea, potentially. I was thinking about just not taking damage on the line on turn 1. Like, Angela can do lots of damage, so just standing there and stuff is like, yeah, that's not great. Because I still would have wanted to look at the other one as well. So where he didn't have the safe grab. But yeah, maybe that was a mistake.
All right, going back over to Bobbette then. Your play proved effective. You got 2 VPs, which was clutch to get you back into tie. You were looking like you were in a really good position there. Were you satisfied about things were happening, or were you still feeling like that it was on a knife's edge?
I didn't realize that I was going to lose if he died. So that was too bad.
How do you mean?
I didn't count out the points. In my head, I was going to go last, so I was going to move, potentially throw myself, and then Wakanda forever to push somebody off the point.
Right.
And then when he died, I didn't get the last act anymore. And just how I ended up doing the mental math, I was calculated that I only need to stop him from getting 2 points, not any points, because she had the hammer. Because I was kind of calculating that when he takes the point, he gets somebody else off the point. And so my mental math was wrong with that. I don't know if I would have changed anything that I did. Maybe I would have gone with Killmonger, because Beast couldn't really do very much. He could have potentially KO'd someone, but probably the better call would have been to go with Killmonger and then like patch up Black Panther or something, just to limit what can be done. And then I wouldn't have been down the act.
We were also discussing a possible last round move Killmonger once, charge with a spender into Beast, and then if he survived, follow up with Wakanda Forever.
I was thinking that, but the reason I didn't do that was because then, I guess it would have kept me safe, so I would have had the last act, but then I couldn't do the Black Panther Wakanda Forever to like go like put him, because if I was going last, Black Panther would go here and push Wolverine off the point and score the point myself, and I would have won the game.
That's true.
So I was pretty much just hoping that he didn't get one turned, because if he didn't get one turned, I would have won.
Yeah. The only upside would have been being able to have Winter Soldier put all of his attacks into Rogue instead, and possibly getting the hammer off of her.
Yeah, but even if I killed Rogue, and I guess I could have gone last. Yeah, maybe that would have been. Well, the thing was, if I did that, I would have wanted to do his big attack, and it would have put her into cover. So yeah, that was an option. I just didn't like the idea of trying to kill Rogue.
Also, it's a dice thing, so
yeah.
it's really hard to speculate.
Yeah, I'd rather force him to have to spike rather than force me to have to go through cover and her damage reduction.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Bobbette, I think you had a very interesting style of play here. You've taught, I think, a lot of people about how to play MCP. with this defensive style of play, also with very cagey positioning in many instances. It was beautiful to watch. And you also showed us that Wakanda is a force to be reckoned with. They are the oldest and haven't had new releases in a long time, but are still crushing it.
I'm excited for the new releases.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Yeah.
What else
To
did
me
you?
both.
What else did
There
you?
will.
Go ahead.
Can I just? There will a couple of people in the chat wondering about your last activation with Panther. Obviously, you were sort of put on the back foot with Killmonger going down, so he didn't have the last activation, so you couldn't execute that very powerful plan with the double move Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
But we did think that if you would have moved him to the left secure, then the best thing that Joemanji could have gotten is a 16-16 here.
Yes, that is true. What happened there was I miscounted.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought,
which happens.
I forgot that he had 3, so I was counting as only 2 hammers. I knew I only had 1, and because when I was originally counting, Black Panther was going to push someone off.
Yeah.
I got mixed up with my mental math, but yes, you're right. Black Panther should have gone there, and then it would have been a tie. The reason I put him here is because I thought it was going to be a tie anyway.
Right.
And then that makes no sense, because that makes no sense, because I would have still won. I don't know. Mental math went bad. That was just a misplay.
Well, watching a game and playing a game are 2 very different things. So
100%.
Yeah, because he could have just gone there. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's gonna keep me up tonight.
Oh.
Sorry.
Why'd you show me my mistake?
No.
It's all right. I made it way farther than I thought I was going to. So.
I think you did fantastically. You should be extremely proud of yourself to get into the quarterfinals from a very competitive Season X. You did great. I mean, this is a very hard thing to do. So, any other thoughts about the game or about the season you'd like to have before we switch over to Joe?
No, I wish I didn't know about that mistake, but it was a fun season. Thanks for putting it on, and thanks for streaming.
My pleasure. Thank you for letting us watch the game. So, Joe, that means you're through to the semifinals, and you'll be the only European player left in the elimination rounds. And in fact, you'll be playing somebody from the West bracket, so presumably the West Coast of the United States.
Sure.
Yeah, excellent. What are your thoughts about the game here today, or what you're going to be doing going into the next round?
I thought it was a really good game. I thought Josh played amazing. I feel quite fortunate to win. I had to roll some dice in the last turn just to try and get out of it, and it all came good. So, you have to take it when it happens, but, well played to Josh. Just me versus Malekith now. So hopefully all the people at home will be cheering for the good guys.
Yeah. I also mentioned on air that you'll be coming down to a London event in April.
Yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. As you saw, that Adepticon cards are on offer if you get lucky enough to pick one of them.
Sure. Sounds great.
And it's going to be wonderful to have you there, very especially with your type of gameplay, which I don't think exists in our little meta. So I want to say little, moderately sized meta. So we're looking forward to that kind of education.
Great. Well, I'm not sure that I'm going to be educating anybody in London. There's lots of really good players down there. I'm just coming down for that reason, for me to learn rather than to teach anybody anything. But yeah, thank you.
Good for you, Joe. Excellent. All right, Huggy, any final thoughts before we call it?
Just a big thank you to the guys for a very interesting game, very classic MCP chess game style. I really enjoyed it, and good luck to you both in your future adventures.
Indeed, exactly. And let me then also thank the chatters that were with us today because they were really active, made it very interesting, helped correct us and make sure that we understood what was going on in the game as well. Really great to have you all here with us. And somebody's asking who won. It was Joemanji, 17-16. It's just the way that scoring, you can't tell that. Joemanji won. And so let me also thank all the viewers then for watching us. And we hope to see you in another game very soon. Thanks for watching and have fun playing MCP.